I'm Chris.
And I'm Ray.
And we're the Corn Dog
Dog
Caravan. And we want you to join us as we unbox our Pragmatic Adjustable Bed that we will be putting into our ProMaster camper van that we're going to be building very soon.
We've called him Otis.
His name is Otis.
Otis.
Why do we call him Otis?
That's a long story for another video.
But we also have an acronym for him.
Others think it's stupid?
Others think it's stupid. Most people think we're crazy for building a camper van, but we're doing it anyway.
It's like what we do.
It's what we do. So today we are going to unbox the adjustable bed. And we might be one of the first people to have an adjustable bed.
Yeah, we've done a lot of video search, looking online, different forums, haven't seen anybody with an adjustable bed. And actually, we got an adjustable bed here in our house, 12 years ago?
Probably 12 years ago.
And it's funny, when it got delivered, I wasn't home, I think I was out traveling. And the delivery guy delivered it and we were here.
And he thought that either my parents or your parents were moving in with us because I guess about 12 years ago, it wasn't popular yet for people to be getting adjustable beds. And when we were looking for a new bed, we decided that it would make very good TV watching in our bedroom if we had an adjustable bed. So over the years, we have gotten very, very used to sleeping on an incline and staying on our backs to the point where I cannot sleep on a flat bed. So when we started talking about having a camper van, one that we would be doing lots of traveling in, we wanted it to be as comfortable as possible. And we decided, let's see if we can make this adjustable thing work in our camper van. So we found a Pragmatic. Tell them how you found it.
Yeah, actually we looked at a couple things. We looked at IKEA, there were some manual ones, but either the head came up only, but it was manual. And we're gonna go with the full-size bed and probably go with the latex mattress because it just holds up for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And started looking online and saw a couple of companies, but Pragmatic really seemed to be the one that looked to probably be closer to our existing bed.
Yeah.
With both head and feet elevation rise. It's motorized.
Yeah, so that's kind of that's really where we're gonna, as we start to film our van build, because we are going to film our van build, once we get to that point, that's gonna be, well, I shouldn't say he's gonna be doing a van build, because I don't know how to do anything, but that's gonna be a big, probably, stopping point for you to really figure out how am I going to make this work with the motor,
right?
And is it going to fit in the frame? So there's going to be a lot of logistics and a lot of planning and engineering on your part.
Yeah, we'll learn together because we've only seen pictures, we haven't done any measurements, because when you adjust the head or the feet portion, the motor assembly does swing down a little, so it would get in the way of either bikes or storage boxes or whatever we're going to put in the garage area of our van in the back. So, and
we're going to be sleeping side to side.
Right.
So we're both short enough that we fit side to side. So we have to make sure that it adjusts correctly without hitting things and stuff like that, because we still have to build out the walls. So we're hoping that this works. So, I mean, if it fails, it fails. You will be with us to see it fail, or if it works, then you'll be with us to see it work.
Yeah, and today we're just going to really put it together, unbox it, measure it, and then we may leave it in the house assembled.
Yeah, we may end up sleeping on it for a while.
It does fold up supposedly, so we can fold it up, put it in another room. It is heavy. It's a full-size bed. I think it weighs maybe 160 pounds. So,
wow. So that's also an issue in the van build.
Yeah.
So we'll have to be looking at the weight. So anyway, we'll join us in just a few minutes. And we'll be right back with you with the unboxing of the Pragmatic Adjustable Bed.
So we've got the two sections out of the box, and in the shot there goes Sophie. Hi, Sophie. So we'll unwrap these and put it together. Instructions look to be inside. Okay, so I want to start with the foot section. We've already put the first one together to kind of learn to make it a little bit simpler. So flip the leg up, to this up. There's two little wing nuts on each end here and down here. Swing both up. It's good to probably have them both in position, and that way they'll fit a lot easier when you go to actually mount them up into position. And we gotta go just right. Now on the headboard, put this up. Now these are a little different than the foot. These have a little bit different. You'll have to, I had to loosen each nut a little bit just so they'll twist up. And again, like the, take the wing nuts off. And then just secure with the wing nuts. All right, so now we're back at the foot. Now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to pull this pin here. Here. I'm also going to go and pull this. This will actually go into the shaft on the motor. And then this will pivot up. And there's one more right here. What's nice is this really doesn't require a lot of tools. Now for this section, we'll use these two spacers. Go through the shaft. And out the other side and put the clevis pin in. Okay, moving on to the headboard, we'll just pull the wires down, get those out of the way. Pull this little clevis pin on the bottom. Little washer. And pull that out and just set that here. Now again, another pin. This one's without any washers. Okay. Back through. Washer on both sides. Turn it around and insert your pin. That's it for the assembly. Next on to the wiring. Okay, so we're looking at the instructions for, in this case, our full-size bed. First thing we're going to do for just the, I guess the one that we're not going to put the remote, with the full size it only has one remote control to operate the head and foot. They'll be linked together with the brace. What we're going to do first, between this motor and this motor is just one connection. It's got a red indicator on each side. Red here, and it's terminated where only one size can fit. Terminate and connect. We've got 3 wires total, so we've connected the head and the foot motor. Now on this one we've got what's called a DIN control. Very popular in the late 80s with stereo equipment, and I don't know if they're still using it today, but it's a DIN plug. And basically this is going to connect to our remote control to our other side of the bed. And then this other wire with the male end, is going to go with this connection, little splice kit. So we've got a male end at the female end. Same as the red connector, only one way to fit. Slide it in and snap. Now what we'll do is we'll just bring this over to our other side of the bed. All right, so on the other unit of the full-size bed, we have again the red connector for the foot motor. Got the head motor here, and again, just like the other side, only one way it goes in. There, and snap it. Now I've already put the wire under here, so when I flip it, that'll connect to the other bed, and then this is the interconnect as well. Okay, so on the remote control, we've got the remote control here. Goes in the combiner, and we've got a short-sided wire about 14 inches, and then we have the longer end with the DIN on it. The DIN's going to go into the other side, so I'm going to connect this here. And again, it's a DIN connector. There's only one, it's got a little notch in it to keep it going only one way so that the pins line up. I think this is a 5-pin DIN. That slides together, and that's it. To the other side. I'm going to keep the remote over here. And in our van, more than likely, we'll have, this will be the front of the van. So right here will be, the front and, the front of the van. That will be the back. So we'll probably keep the remote on this side. Again, it only has one remote, so we'll fish this under the bed. We'll do all the final installation in the van, but this is just for kind of a run through to kind of test it out. And to the back side, pull this through. Got the connector here, connector here. Again, the DIN, pull this back. Find the little notch, find the notch, slides in, and clips. Easy as that. And for our last connect, to connect the two beds together, we've got this wire, and we've got this one. We're going to fish this back up underneath. Okay, so back on the front, we're going to now connect these two together. I think this is actually the power wire to connect both motors so they run in synchronization. Connect that here. And then this is where it terminates back to male. This is where you'll come into the power. One side is your power port, which will have the plug in. The other, same as the others. Little male, female, connect, snap. Now we're ready to hook up the power. Okay, so we've got this connection here to connect the two motors together into the converter power box. Now this is a 110 voltage. I will want to see if we can convert this to 12 volts so we don't have to convert it back and forth. Plug the little spade connector in here and plug it in. Okay.
All right. Now, the moment of truth.
The moment of truth. Now we don't have them synchronized, we don't have them bolted together, but basically you just have a head and foot and they should.
Woohoo! They are bolted together. Oh, you mean the frames aren't bolted?
Yeah, the frames
together,
are disconnected.
but we have the electric.
So if you're not in agreement and having a little argument, you want to sleep separated, you can slide them apart a little. However, only one person can control the foot and head operation. So here's that was the head, obviously the head. And now the feet were up. Let me see if there's a little bit more up. That is the up and down. It's got a little slide.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, with a sliding mattress, there is an end feet. We'll put that on in a minute. So the feet go down, and we'll go down flat, but that's it. Let's drop the head. Not really loud.
It's not too
So once the mattress is on top, probably barely notice it.
That's nice. I'm super stoked.
No massage function on it, but feet go up, head go up. All right, next step will be putting the two frames together. Be right back.
Okay, just for fun, we don't have the mattress yet, but we're gonna go ahead and let Ray lay on the frame.
Went ahead and took my shoes off.
Don't wanna get that frame dirty. You ready?
So plenty of room.
I should have gotten you a pillow.
Gotta get my feet up.
You want feet? Ooh, I hit the thing. Oh well. That always helps the lower back.
Yeah, and also too, I know people with sleep apnea really does wonders because with our existing bed, if you're snoring a little bit at night, you can kick it up.
Nobody snores in our house.
Nobody. Go ahead and kick the head up a little bit more.
Nice.
Now I have slept on softer beds than this, but this actually isn't that bad. I could probably fall asleep. Go ahead and kick the feet up all the way. See the total range of motion. And the motor is super strong. Go ahead and kick the head up. I want to see the full motion.
Yeah, that one kicks way up.
Like I'm driving my race
That
car.
kicks way up, yeah. You don't have to tell me when you're driving.
Almost.
All right.
All right, very cool.
All right. Giddy up.
Giddy up. So we are exactly 74 3/4 length. Now this is a full-size bed. Most mattresses I think are 75, so you may have to trim it a little, or depending on the width and how you configure your outside walls, you may still have the space. This also does have a foot keeper to keep the mattress from sliding down to the base. And next we'll just check the width. All right, so we've got the length, now let's check the width. Now there are some plastic caps on each end, right here. A little plastic cap, I guess, just to protect, probably with a bolt. So that is 54 7/8 cap to cap. To the metal frame to metal frame, all the way secure in the middle, is 53 3/4. Now, we haven't tested it out. We haven't put the end pieces on. We haven't done the connector yet. Disassembly should really easy. Just pull it apart, undo the cables from underneath if you're going to disassemble it within the van. And assembly is just really a couple of power cords and that's it. So be back to you guys with more detail. Thanks. All right, one more thing. So if you're mounting this in the van and this is going to be your garage space underneath the bed, what I was curious about is, now I'm in the front of the van right now. We'll be looking towards the back doors where we're going to orientate the bed. But we've got 6 3/4 inches total height loss. Now this piece here swings up here. So if you're going to have anything mounted below, you'll have to just kind of keep that in mind. So if you're at bikes or boxes here, 6 3/4 to the bottom edge. And again, that swings up to the top. The motor assembly really is only maybe 3 inches total right there. And then at the foot of the bed, this bracket here swings 4 1/2 inches all the way down to the bottom. And when that goes flat, that swings from the left to the right, goes to the motor. So Just kind of have an idea. And that when that's flat, that motor assembly is completely flat. Now in order to bolt the frames together, you just put this one connecting bolt right here with the little spacer in between. I believe this is a 1/2 inch nut on one end and either a Phillips head or a flat on this end. So either way, it's a pretty durable size. It's probably meant to be torqued down a little bit. It didn't give a torque setting, but that's for the base frame. Same at the other end. Showing at the other end. Let's see, right here. Just 2 bolts. And then for the upper portion, there's the upper keeper. It's like a nylon piece that is bent or shaped to go right around the brace when it goes down. And then it would be secured by, looks like a total of 8 screws right here, and they're supplied with the kit. So everything is here, all the parts are included, haven't missed a thing. Everything is working great, and we'll be testing it momentarily.